Prep Baseball Report.
Welcome back into Sports Nightly. I am joined once again by the Director of Scouting for Prep Baseball Ohio, 𝗦𝗽cie𝗿𝘁𝘀 Jordan, postseason finally here. We had a pair of sectional semifinal games yesterday. Springfield over Start, Madison Comprehensive over Ballinger, but there is still plenty of action on deck later this week.
Absolutely. It's the best time of the year. It's been awesome talking to you guys, breaking down the teams in the area. And now it's getting to see how much we actually know with the playoffs. And I'm excited to see how it all comes out.
Speaking of seeing what we actually know, what we do know is that there are a handful of intriguing matchups in the early rounds of the brackets. One of those that you had highlighted specifically was the Southview Cougars going up against St. Francis.
Absolutely. Why this matchup kind of stands out for me is a lot of the playoff times in baseball is who gets hot at the right time. And Southview's getting hot at the right time. They just had two big wins over BG and 𝗦𝗫𝗵𝗁 last week. And then you look at a team like St. Francis de Sales that has the big horses at the top of that rotation to potentially take down some big time, highly rated, highly seeded teams in this tournament. When you look at guys like Josiah Erg or 𝗦𝗫𝗶𝗵𝗁 or Carson Smith, who's one of the top unsigned senior arms out there, all those guys can run it up to 87 miles an hour. So when you look at those two different teams, they're two different style of teams that I think have the right recipe to make a run in this tournament. And whoever wins knows they got to tighten up a matchup next in Perrysburg.
Well, you mentioned all about getting hot at the right time. Fremont Ross was hot at the beginning of the year. Finley getting hot at the right time. The Trojans still in the midst of battling for a track title. And of course, these two teams see each other in conference play all the time. But as we all know, all bets are off when you get to the playoffs.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. You just broke it down perfectly. You look at Fremont Ross and their DNA at the beginning of the season. They've proven that they have the ability to go up against the big boys and knock down some of the best teams in the state. And then Finley's getting hot at the right time. We still got a chance of battling in that track championship. They're a team that's starting to click on all cylinders. And both these teams we've gotten to see in the regular season, both of them are incredibly well coached. They're not going to beat themselves. So I have a feeling this could be a lower scoring affair, a lot of defense being played, and a kind of who makes the least amount of mistakes is probably going to come away with this one.
Well, you mentioned Finley getting hot, staying hot, battling for that track title. They scored 10 unanswered runs in a 10-9 win over Central at Mercy Field last week. And Central Catholic, don't let their record fool you. They're a lot better than what you might think looking at them on paper, but they're in what you call a weird matchup against 𝗦𝗫𝗄 in the sectional finals.
Yeah, I called it weird because these teams might not be as highly seeded as what you would have expected. These are two perennial powers in the area. So normally we're used to seeing these guys match up a little further along in the tournament. But like you said, I wouldn't let either record fool you, either seed fool you.
Well, Jordan, you've certainly given us a lot to talk about and a lot to look forward to. We have got plenty of baseball postseason action coming your way. That is Wednesday right here on Sports Nightly.